Believe it or not, folks, relationships are going to have a lot of hardships. Today, we're going to guide you through some of those hardships and how to get over them with your partner. But first, make us your partner in health tips. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button as well. Gaining weight. When you're in love, the world seems brighter around you, the sun shinier, the birds chirpier, the sights, sightlier. The point is that you're happier and nothing could possibly go wrong. Your life has reached its peak and there's no way it could get any worse. No way, no how. We might as well just end the video here because there's no way something's going to come along and change your perception of love. Yes, love is a beautiful thing. Hugging, kissing, laughing, holding hands, gaining weight. Wait, what was that last part? Today, folks, we're going to ask and answer the question, can love make you gain weight? All right, we're just gonna get right to it and say, sorry to burst your bubble here, but you might be gaining weight due to your recent fling with whomever. This is especially true when you're newlyweds. Often, as a new couple, you go out more. You spend time sipping cocktails and looking into each other's eyes, and most of all, you stop watching your weight. We mean, the whole point of staying in shape was to get a partner, and now you can finally be comfortable, right? This isn't just speculation either. Our friend and frequent collaborator, Penny Gordon-Larson, had this to say about this fact. The researchers concluded that living together increases both men and women's risk for obesity. The study only looked at straight couples, so the jury's still out on whether there are similar trends in non-heterosexual couples. Penny Gordon-Larson goes on to say this. One study that tracked the weights of over 8,000 people found that, on average, married women gain 24 pounds in their first 5 years of marriage. Women who cohabitate but aren't married only gained 18 pounds, while women who are in a relationship but living separately gained only 15 pounds. Men also tend to gain weight as well, but whether they are married or not didn't really matter. Whether they have a partner or a spouse, they gain the same amount of weight. This phenomenon is called concordance, or gaining weight together. It has to do everything with that stuff we talked about a minute ago. Going out more, staring into each other's eyes, yada yada yada. About this happening, Penny Gordon-Larson said this. Women who live with a romantic partner have an increased chance of becoming obese within a year, and men's odds increase within 2 years. As a whole, married couples are most likely to experience this weight gain within 2 years. All in all, she found that the weight gain behavior is contagious. There's also a factor of happiness. That's right. Whether you have a happy marriage or not determines whether or not you might gain weight. The Southern Methodist University discovered that other research has found that young newlyweds who are happy with their marriage tend to put on extra weight. In contrast, people who weren't as satisfied with their relationship tend to gain less weight. So, what can you do about it? Well, our best advice is to work out together. Take a walk after dinner. Maybe find a fun activity that you both enjoy that's also exercise. Marathons, sports, gym sessions. These are all great ways to shed those extra relationship pounds. There are other ways to prevent weight loss as well. You could eat out less for starters. Making homemade healthy meals is one of the best ways to lose weight. Remember the old adage, abs are made in the kitchen. Another thing you could do is choose healthier snacks and meals, one that you make at home. Bottom line is this, be conscious of what you eat and make sure your partner is as well. Remember, you're there to support each other. Fights. So there you go. You conquered the weight gain and now there's nothing that could possibly ruin a good time in a relationship. Nothing. Nothing at all. All right, enough is enough. We're going to pop your little bubble here. Sooner or later, you're going to get into a fight. Don't panic. Conflict in a relationship is actually a good thing. Experts have found that when there are no conflicts in a relationship, there is no trust in it either. If you keep your feelings to yourself, you can't change anything. Arguments help let out anger and tell your partner what you don't like. You'll find each other's weak spots and begin understanding each other better. You just need to make sure that you don't have what we like to call ugly fights. Ugly fights are loud, bombastic conflicts that are chock full of criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling come into play. Some of these words might be confusing in the context of a relationship fight, so let us go down the list and make sure you're on board. Criticism. It's okay to be critical of your relationship, even your partner's behavior and opinions occasionally. However, we consider those kinds of criticisms complaints, whereas criticisms are a completely different thing. When complaints turn into criticism, that's when you have an issue. Confused? Well, Psychology Today explains it a little better. A complaint focuses on the event or behavior you want to change, while criticism attacks a partner's personality. When you find yourself generalizing that your partner always or never does something, you're falling prey to criticism. For example, I may want to let my wife know that I find it annoying when we don't travel very often. I could just tell her that I wish to travel more. Or I could blame her for this problem and say, "We never travel because you are always so selfish and don't care about my interests." So what do you know about criticisms? Don't blame when you complain. It's easy to remember too, because it rhymes. Defensiveness. When you're fighting with your partner and they have a complaint about you, how do you react? Do you take the complaint in, internalize it, and think about how you can change? If you do, then wow, you're seriously awesome. For the rest of us, there's being defensive. When you find an excuse immediately in order to defend yourself in an argument. And that's not the only defining characteristic of defensiveness either. Psychology Today explains that defensiveness also occurs when you respond to your partner's complaint with complaints of your own. When your partner lets you know they find it annoying that you leave empty shampoo bottles in the shower, you respond by pointing out that you find it annoying when they don't make the bed. So what should you do about defensiveness? Just take some darn responsibility. Do that and apologize, and we can guarantee you that your fights will be a lot less catastrophic. Contempt. This is one of the worst things you can do during a fight, and frankly, it's one of the surefire signs a relationship is on its way out. Psychology Today describes contempt, the feeling that you are better than your partner, and it comes out when you make derisive comments with the intention of being insulting. If you're calling your partner names, mocking your partner, and being sarcastic or rolling your eyes at him or her, you're likely feeling contempt. Keep in mind that some teasing in a relationship is fine, but it can go too far. Psychology Today warns about this. If you find yourself teasing in a mean-spirited way, such as making fun of something you know that they are sensitive about, that is a sign of contempt. And calling your partner an idiot and meaning it is a surefire sign that your relationship is in the dumps. So, how can you stop feeling contempt towards your partner during a fight, or in a relationship in general? Think about all the things you like about them. Think about what your life would be like without them in it. That should help you feel a little bit better, and if it doesn't, well, then maybe it's time to move on. Stonewalling. Finally, we approach the subject of stonewalling in a fight. Stonewalling is, well, acting like a stone wall. If you're fighting and staying quiet, giving one-word answers, stuff like that, you're probably stonewalling. Apparently, some experts say this happens in response to feeling overwhelmed by your partner's strong negativity. Some psychiatrists find that men do this more often than women, so gentlemen, please pay attention. How can you stop yourself from stonewalling? Well, Psychology Today says you should try this. Instead of disengaging as a response to becoming overwhelmed, try letting your partner know that you need to take some time to calm down and plan to return to the conversation when you feel more relaxed. If you stop all 4 of these practices, plus start working out together, your relationship will be much stronger. And when your relationships succeed, you succeed. At least we hope that's the case. And so, our little expose about love and gaining weight is over. What do you think about this video? Did you learn something about the correlation between love and getting bigger? What is your experience with relationships and gaining weight? Let us know all about it in the comment section below.
Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.